Hello, everyone. Good evening. To arrange something. Okay, good evening. It's rain over here, so the place is kind of dark. Good evening. Good evening. My name is Justice. We're not going to waste time on this live. I just have some few things I need to share with us this evening. So I'm Justice from the Onyx Academy, a fashion designer from Nigeria. And this evening I came to talk to us about something that everyone is going to benefit from, though it may not be everyone, but then even if it's one person, it's going to be beneficial. Okay, so how are we all doing today? Now the topic we want to talk about has to do with upgrading your skill, right? Upgrading is very important, but then we're talking about upgrading where you do not have the money or the finance to upgrade your skill. I want to believe that we all know what upgrade is. Or basically, an upgrade has to do with improving on something, the usefulness of something. It could be a skill, it could be a knowledge, it could be whatever it is that you have, improving on the quality or usefulness of something that you have. In this case, we're talking about the skill that you have. How do you improve on the quality and the usefulness without having to spend so much money? Of course, upgrades requires you having or spending money, but it's obvious that some persons might not have this means, but they really need to upgrade. So how do you do it when you do not have the means, right? Now, when we talk about upgrade, most people think that it has to do with going from something simple to complicated um, issues. Okay, going from the basic to advanced. That is a part of upgrade. Of course, that is very, very um, important. That is what upgrade is. But then upgrade could mean something else in a different direction. It could be going from the advanced to the basic, because I've come to realize that some persons, let's take fashion designing as an example, some persons might have a very unique um, knowledge about something, an aspect of fashion designing, but in another area they are very basic on that. In an area which another person may consider very basic, the person do not really know it. So that can also be an upgrade, going from the advanced that you know to something basic. Of course, one person's upgrade cannot be another person's upgrade. What you choose to upgrade on might not be what another person chooses to upgrade on. So upgrade is a two-way thing. It's not always about going from basic to advanced. It could be from going from advanced to basics, doing the things that you were not able to do when you started. Of course, upgrade is for someone who has learned something before. You cannot be a beginner and then you want to upgrade. No, you always have to start from the foundation. You always have to start from the basic, right? So when we talk about upgrading, it usually has to do with someone who has learned before. You have a skill, you already have a knowledge of something, but then you want to improve on the quality, you want to improve on the skill that you already have. So when it comes to fashion designing, we know that trends do change. New things do come up every now and then, right? So it's very important as a fashion designer that or fashion designers that we upgrade our skill from time to time, even if it's something that we already know. It's not out of place if we find out another way to do something that we already have results on, something that we already know how to do. It's not out of place if you find another method to try to know it or try to do it. Find different ways to get to the same results that you already have. But then it could be something that will not take you the time that it used to take you before. Okay, so someone who has a skill do not need to stay at a place. You need to improve as the trend is moving, especially if it's something that you're going to be earning from. All right, we must have heard the slogan that upgrade is a must and upgrade is not cheap, right? Upgrade is a must and upgrade is not cheap. Of course, as we've known now, upgrade is a must if we do not want to remain obsolete. But then upgrade is not cheap. If you need to learn something, it requires finance. You can learn from someone else and you can learn on your own. In this case, it requires other things like it requires your time, your ability and capacity, the sacrifices that you're going to make, and then above all, discipline. Okay, so when we talk about finance, it requires money. Are you going to be learning from someone? You can't just go to the person empty handed. And that is where this topic actually comes in. If you do not have the money, what else can you do? But then I always advise that from the basic that you know, try to do something with it. It's actually not okay when you've learned something but then cannot make something out of it before improving. At any level that you are, there is someone who needs what you do. Even if it's just to sew a skirt that you know how to do, there's someone who needs you to sew a skirt for for her, right? Not him. There's someone who needs you to sew a skirt for her. So by so doing, you get to have some money, you get to save us some things, right? You get to save us something for yourself in case you need to improve. So always start from what you have, the basic knowledge that you have. Before improving, you can use it to acquire some money or to get some money to pay someone to or to teach you more about what you want or what you're already doing. Okay, now that let's say you've tried as much as you can and it seems that it's not coming by, what else can you do? There are so many things we can do. Like I said, or I usually say, these days learning is not as difficult as it used to be. We have so many avenues to learn. We have the internet. Everything is free of charge. All that is required is your data for you to learn. Every knowledge we need is on the internet. But the question is, how do you find it? You cannot learn something that you cannot ask question on your own. It's only when you ask the right question that you get the right answer. Okay? Everything is on the internet, but how do you find it? How do you improve your skill on something, on upgrading yourself without having the money? How are you going to do it? Now, since you already have a knowledge of what you're doing, you've already learned the basic, or possibly you've done your intermediate, you have a basic knowledge of what you're doing, and you also have a knowledge of where you want to be. This is for someone who has a knowledge of what he or she wants to do. Okay, because you can't be upgrading on your own when you do not know what you want. It's only when you know what you want that you can follow this method. So what I'm going to say to you is, Do not learn at random. What I would suggest is that you make a list of what you want to do. What exactly do you want to learn? Let's say you want to learn how to make jackets. There are different types of jackets. Okay, can you Google different types of jackets? Write them down, write the names down. Don't try to learn everything at once. It could be jackets, it could be trousers, it could be whatever. List them topic by topic, like different topics after another, one topic after another. Then pick it one at a time, one at a time. Go on Google, go on YouTube, buy books that talks about the topic that you want to learn. As you study these things, try to practice, follow the steps. Everything we need is on the internet, but can you access it? Do you know what you're looking for? That is the way forward. Okay, that is the way forward, because you can't be learning on something that you do not know. So once you've listed the topic of what you want to do, pick one after the other, study it, practice it. Of course, it's easy to just study without practicing, and that is another road to failure, right? So if you need to do this, you need a high dose of discipline. You can't be upgrading on your own when you do not have discipline. And this is one reason why most persons go to another to teach them, because you have to do exactly as the person says. Now, if you cannot discipline yourself to learn on your own, upgrading by yourself is not for you. Okay? You need an amount of discipline for you to be able to learn on your own. All right. So following these steps will help you to upgrade. Like we said before, upgrade is not just when you go from basic to complicated things. Of course, when you want to do something very complicated, something very serious, it's necessary that you go to someone who already see these things as very simple, right? Now, I want to tell you that I'm talking to someone who wants to do something that is not as difficult as he or she can imagine. When you have to do this, it has to be something that is already related to what you know. You know, you have the foundation, you have some knowledge about it, then upgrading on your own will not be that difficult for you. Okay? So what in essence am I trying to say? Upgrade, it can be going higher, it can be going almost at the same level, it can be going a different direction on what you already do. So the essence of this video is to tell us that without money, you can choose to do upgrade on your own. Let's say you know how to make a trouser with a band. You do not know how to fix a zipper on your trouser. It's also an upgrade if you go to internet and learn how to fix a zipper, make a zipper fly on your trouser. Okay, you want to learn how to make a jacket when you already know how to do some basic things like tops and all that. It will be more easier for you to learn than going entirely into a different avenue, like making a wedding gown or stuff like that. You will need the services of another person who has more knowledge than you do. And for you to get money to do this, you need to start with what you have. Don't wait until you've made all the you have acquired all the knowledge that there is to acquire before you begin to earn from the knowledge that you already have. Okay, try to get something out of it before moving higher. Except you have the means, then it's okay to try to learn everything at once, but then practice is very important. I hope those few tips help someone who is seeking to improve on his or her knowledge. The point is, everything we need is on the internet. If you can access it, if you know what you're looking for, but whereby you do not know, please get someone to teach you. One thing you need to know is that trying to do it on your own is going to take you a longer time than when you meet someone to teach you. Okay, so if you have the means to meet someone to teach you, it shortens everything for you and makes it faster. But whereby you do not have, you need to pay the price of doubling your efforts to learn it. Okay, so this is where we're going to stop from today. Until next week, we'll come your way with something else. Okay, thank you for watching. Bye.